Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I will discuss and analyze about the third pack of International Cup. So it includes three showtime players: Ousmane Dembele, Trossard, and Moises Caicedo. So we'll start first with Caicedo, then Trossard, then Ousmane Dembele, and of course there are a lot of all point of player of the day players inside of this pack, and since it is the end of the group stage, Konami has recently released this pack. So let us first start with Moises Caicedo. So I suppose that most of you guys cannot form a team of all 23 players from Eduardo, so I used the second booster as only Sterling +1 but not +3, which is a more common case for you guys. So actually the rating of Moises Caicedo at level 1 with 70 rating coach with the two boosters is 87. From this we can see he has a pretty decent defense stats and also speed and acceleration, while we can focus on his only special skill, which is long reach tackle, is pretty useful as for the DMF, defensive midfield. And also the leg length 11, though not as long as Patrick Vieira, those top rated defensive midfield, but it is still decent. It means with 11 leg lengths plus the long reach tackle, he can successfully I think at least get back the ball control from your opponent to yourself. And this is the automatic point adding strategy, where we can see all of his 4 defense measurements are above 95, and the speed and acceleration are almost 90, with a 96 stamina, which in this version of eFootball, you will never consent to place a substitute for Moises Caicedo. But now I will show you my own point adding strategy, where I still suggest my own point adding strategy rather than you just automatically let eFootball add all of the stats, because if we really look at the model of Moises Caicedo with only 178 centimeters height, so it is not enough for a DMF. At least it needs to be above 185, especially if his style is the destroyer, so it means he will always push into the position of center midfield to get the ball. So in order to make him a better DMF, so we'd rather make it a CMF, because if we can take a great look at the finishing of Moises Caicedo, we can see that it is easy to add the points of his finishing to let it reach 75, which is more fits the position of CMF, because he will have the ability to take a shot outside the box. So we only need to make sure his defense contribution, the 4 measurements above 90, which is enough for CMF, and we increase the low pass and lofted pass for Moises Caicedo for better passes to potentially LWF and RWF. We can know that if your squad is really lacking the right back position, you can also use those position card to transfer him into the right back position, where in this situation you need to increase his acceleration to 90, and that's how you should add in a right back position for Moises Caicedo. And if we compare him with his old card to get to the conclusion whether you should throw coins to spin for Moises Caicedo, we can see that the difference between 2 cards is almost at the ball control, like the tight possession, and some defense stats are improving. The most significant improvement is the kicking power. So this is where I said he is more fits the CMF position, because with 90 kicking power and my own point adding strategy of 75 finishing, he can always score a goal without much attention, because for the AI, when they are defending, they will mainly focus on all your striker, your shadow striker, your LWF, RWF, but they will often to omit the CMF position will give Caicedo lots of chances to shoot outside the box. Here is the model of two Caicedo. So like the model do not change, but we can know that the jumping height of the old Caicedo is higher than 2 cm, which is not that important for CMF, a bit important if you put him on DMF position. And all other things are good or almost the same. And for the skills, they both have long reach tackle, and those common skill are all the same. So the final suggestion for Moises Caicedo is you don't. He is not that worse for you to throw coins to spin for, because there are a lot of quality DMF. I think just Efootball have reached an agreement with the France national team, so it potentially means that Patrick Vieira has the chance to come out as a card of big time. But remember, it is only potentially. It is not a confirmed news to have Patrick Vieira on big time card. But what is confirmed is that Patrick Vieira will have the new card during the World Cup during like June to July. So you can wait. But if your squad truly lacks a player to play the CMF position, then maybe you can have a try. But overall, it is not that suggested. So now let us focus on Leandro Trossard. So this is his first double booster card. And considering about his age 31 and his overall performance, it is for pretty sure that the showtime card, which means the double booster card for Leandro Trossard, will not be that much. So if you are really a fan of Arsenal or Leandro Trossard or Belgium, it is being suggested that you can spin for Leandro Trossard. So let us look back to his stats at level 1. So we can obviously observe the ball control, the dribbling stats for Leandro Trossard is decent, with and also decent speed and also acceleration, with the special skill of momentum dribbling and phenomenon finishing. So phenomenon finishing is really, really useful, where it is being ranked as the tier 0 skills. And momentum dribbling, A to S level, I think, but as a LMF, momentum dribbling might not be that needed. With the automatic point adding strategy, Leandro Trossard finally reached the rating overall of 104. We can observe he has a good dribbling stats, good offensive awareness, good speed acceleration, both above 95, and a good balance. The physical of Leandro Trossard is just possibly the only weakness of this card as a left midfield. So like for the automatic point adding strategy is just this, and we can see Leandro Trossard also has a certain ability to pass. But in this occasion, I would suggest a brand different point adding strategy where fits Leandro Trossard to left wingfield position, because only in wingfield position it don't require that much physical contact. So if in left midfield, it means Leandro Trossard needs to be responsible for some defense skills. So the 72 physical is not enough. And I do think with high offensive awareness, this Leandro Trossard is made for a left wingfield position. So due to he has the momentum dribbling skill, so it is reasonable to reduce his dribbling stats, because when there's opponents, the defense player are around Leandro Trossard, the stats can automatically increase. So I downgrade his dribbling tactics, but I still think for Leandro Trossard, adding his shooting to 90 is important, because the original automatic point adding strategy only made Leandro Trossard to a 83 finishing, which is not enough for left wingfield. And with 90 finishing plus the phenomenal finishing skill, I do think Leandro Trossard has certainly a position for your left wingfield. If you do play this position in your whole squad, then he will fit this position, definitely. So if you do not have a quality LWF, if you do not have George Best. If you do not have, I would say, others like Ronaldinho, then Leandro Trossard, maybe you can give it a go. But I also want to introduce the final Leandro Trossard, because obviously he is from Belgium. So all things, or like all pictures I taken from Efootball Hub is I made. I think that like lots of you guys cannot make all players from Belgium for 23 players, but as for a pretty common region, Belgium, who has Eden Hazard, who has Thibaut Courtois, who has also like Romelu Lukaku, so it might be possible for you guys to, actually have a 23 players all from Belgium, and then discard with a +3 booster of shooting. It will look absolutely perfect, with 1 point improvement on offensive awareness and 2 points both improvements on ball control, dribbling, tight position, and also the same rating of finishing but a high like speed and acceleration. This is the final version of Leandro Trossard, and in this version, if you do have the Belgium national team squad, then it will be really suggested to spin for this Leandro Trossard, because Belgium is pretty lag for the left wingfield or left midfield position. Like, you can play him as a substitute for Jeremy Doku. I think he once have a showtime card for left wingfield. And the comparison between these two cards are not that meaningful, because according to the past few cards from Leandro Trossard, he never has a double booster card. So we can see a lot of improvements on the dribbling. We can have improvements on the passes. We can have improvements on the speed. So it is that if you really like Leandro Trossard, then this you can spin for him, because he is the final, double booster card, and even you can get a +3 second booster. Like, as for the skills, the Showtime Trossard have more, have momentum dribbling, have phenomenal finishing, obviously, and only to note that Leandro Trossard has a very high weak foot accuracy, so if you really want to put him on right wing field, it is still okay. Then finally, the best player in this whole pack, Ousmane Dembele. So the reason why he is the best, I consider, because his both weak foot usage and weak foot accuracy are regularly and very high. Plus, what is made, the final version of a striker, or I would say right wing field, is his blitz color. So it means that Ousmane Dembele can have the blitz color, no matter he is on the left wing field position, right wing field position, or striker. So if you are being on the left hand side of the the goalkeeper, or right hand side from the goalkeeper, he can always have the blitz color, this scale. So it is really useful. And for other blitz color, like I would say Lamine Yamal, like Lionel Messi, they do not have this weak foot usage. So as for the blitz color, he can rank in the top 3, I think. Just like Gareth Bale, he has a prolific winger style, so you can make him as a striker to not having the prolific winger style being attached. So if you place him in a striker position, it is definitely okay. But according to the automatic point adding strategy, he might be lack of offensive awareness, but have good dribbling of all stats above 95 and good speed. So obviously you can place him as a right wing field. This is my point adding strategy when he plays a striker. So we need to have enough offensive awareness. As for the blitz color, there are 3 measurements for how the quality of the blitz color. So first, finishing. Second, curve. Thirdly, the kicking power. So I've tried I would say the Gareth Bale and Ousmane Dembele are really almost the same as for blitz color and their position, both right wing field, but also they can all play the striker position. So in my own understanding of this game, if you want to have great blitz color, then your finishing, curve, and kicking power must be above 91. So this is the reason why I use this point adding strategy. I downgrade the dribbling stats because it has the magnetic feed where he can also improve his dribbling. But I do not deduct speed and acceleration. But I still, even upgrade their speed and acceleration because as a striker who has no, heading power or heading ability, it is really important for him to have a great speed and acceleration to make him as, important as like Romario, like Gareth Bale. So back to the comparison between his new Showtime with El Showtime, which was just released recently. So we can see a great improvement in the dribbling stats, great improvement in the two passes, low pass and lofted pass, a downgrade in the finishing. It is pretty obvious because the old version is he plays as a striker, but this version is only right wing forward. And we can see the speed has increased and also the stamina, which is really important. A 5-point improvement in stamina really matters. So it means if he can get sometimes I would say 30% chances he can play the whole game, but for the old one, 100% he need to be substituted if you want the quality of your attacking. So I do think this is a really important improvement. And others are almost the same. Dembele is Dembele. He has his own mirroring system. As for the skill, the blitz color to replace the phenomenon finishing is okay because it do not downgrade or upgrade. But the magnetic feed replace the acceleration burst, I think is an upgrade for the special skill. Because acceleration burst is really difficult to be used in this striker position, but magnetic feed is much more important than the acceleration burst. As for Ousmane Dembele especially, he has a great speed and acceleration. So the final suggestion for this card is if you really lack a striker which has speed, we differentiate two kinds of strikers. One kind of striker like Gullit, like Haaland, like Ronaldo, they have great heading and also the shooting, but maybe lack 4 to 5 points of speed or acceleration. Another is like Romario, like Ousmane Dembele, there are also some certain strikers like Gareth Bale. So it is important for his speed and acceleration. So it is being recommended if you really lack this kind of striker. If you do not have this kind of striker on your bench, then go for him. If you do not lack this kind of player and also is not a fan of Trossard, a great fan of Trossard, then possibly you should save your coins, because after all there will be a lot of high quality packs coming in early July and late July. So just wait for it, wait for the World Cup, and wait for after the group stage, the elimination stage, the Konami might produce better cards for it. Thank you for your support for this channel, and if you can, please subscribe to this channel. I'm beginning a program that if I once reach 10,000 subscribers, I will randomly choose one of them to give free eFootball coins for 12,800. You just need to provide me your Konami ID and also your password. I can freely send you 12,800 eFootball coins. And also, if you are interested in some economic fun facts, please also, in this channel, you can also watch other videos about economics. Thank you guys for your support and have a nice day.